ƑөŨtıöω.
They say Lady Justice killed fairness with her own hands. Her scales are heavy with misfired bullets. Her crown glimmers with the dew of perjury. And her gavel, bound together with sin. People are merely the feast laid upon the pages of law. So tell me, who among us is truly worthy to dine with grace at the guillotine of truth?
So frail at so young an age?
I've been pulling all-nighters for days. Can't hold it anymore. Achoo! Still no trace of that escaped fugitive from the Shadowborn prison, sir. We really did everything we could.
Those born criminals never rest easy. Always stirring up trouble for society.
Sir? Are they really like that? Born criminals?
The urge to sin runs in their blood. As they grow, their desires grow too, and one day, they bare their fangs and turn into beasts. They roam under the cover of night, using their shadow powers to commit unspeakable acts, harming innocents without remorse. That one they call a chef. 3 years ago, he butchered his own family. The crime scene was a river of blood, too gruesome to look at. I was the detective in charge. I saw that monster's work with my own eyes. Never thought he'd manage to escape after 3 years. And the tool he used, a mere dinner fork.
Sir? The informant who asked to meet us here tonight. Can we trust him? Back at the Academy, we learned the Shadow World follows a strict code of silence. They never talk, not about their own kind. Except for law enforcement like us, ordinary people wouldn't even know they exist. Could the informant be one of them?
Good evening, officers. Looks like the rain has delayed us all.
Who's there?
Shh, relax, Officer Santanke. I'm the one who asked you to come here.
You are...
Samuel Daclea, your faithful informant.
Samuel Daclea. A Daclea family's lawyer? Head of Whitestone Law Firm?
You seem to know our family very well, Officer Santanke.
Wait. You're the informant?
Why shouldn't I be? All those killed by the fugitive, the chef, were close friends of the Daclea family. Tilio, Torres, Singer, all murdered at their own dining tables. The family mourns them deeply.
How do you know it was the chef?
Osobuco. At every crime scene, there was a dish of osobuco on the table. Am I right? If I'm not mistaken, Officer Santanke, you were in charge of the chef massacre 3 years ago. Do you recall what was on the dining table that day?
Osobuco.
Exactly. That's the chef's signature dish.
Our priority now is finding the chef's whereabouts. You have any leads?
Look at you, Officer Santanke. already worked up.
What's this list?
The guest list for the late Duke de Flavin's funeral.
Tilio, Torres, Singer. The victims of the previous murders are all on the list.
Sharp, Officer Santanque. And I haven't even begun.
So the chef might be using this list to pick his next target. How did you figure this out?
My cousin, Rossus Daclea, is also on the list. We were all worried he could be next. As a lawyer, I shouldn't make baseless claims, but I can't help myself. The de Flavin family is hiding something. This funeral is a setup. Now you know why I stepped forward as an informant. Officer Santanque, you must catch the killer. The lives of my cousin and the other guests are in your hands.
Of course. That's our duty. With this list, we can anticipate the chef's next moves. And we'll look into why the de Flavin family is involved.
That's reassuring. Once the killer is behind bars again, the Daclea family will reward you handsomely.
No need. That wouldn't be proper.
I heard you've got a case underway. Do you know Red Gloves, the undefeated star lawyer in the Capitol Court? He's my junior. A word from me and he'd be glad to help.
Ah, I see. Well, thanks in advance, Mr. Daclea. Wait for my good news.
Sir?
Apprehending the fugitive is our duty, but making a few friends along the way won't hurt. You know how much influence the Daclea family wields in Melania. Plenty of people would jump at the chance to work for them.
But the de Flavin family isn't exactly easy to deal with either.
If we're talking about the late Duke de Flavin, sure. He was no pushover. But the one set to inherit the dukedom now, she's just a girl from the countryside. Besides, she hasn't even formally assumed the title yet. The succession paperwork is still underway. Who knows what surprises might come up. Let's go. Tomorrow, we'll start visiting the people on the guest list, see if we can pick up any new leads. Starting with Count Colon.
Good evening, Officer Santanque. I am Lando Fazzini, butler of the de Flavin Manor.
I know you. I met you years ago when I visited the late Duke de Flavin. Though, back then, the manor's etiquette was far more meticulous than it is today.
My apologies, Officer Santanque. We hadn't received notice of your visit. I hope we haven't been remiss. The Duchess is dining at the moment. Please, follow me to the dining room, and while you're at it, take the opportunity to try some of the manor's new dishes.
So, you're the late Duke's niece from the countryside. Of course I wouldn't.
Ah, look at me. Getting old and forgetful. I'll prepare the tea right away.
Miss de Flavin, I came to see you today regarding a shocking serial murder case. may I ask, how was the guest list for the late Duke's upcoming funeral determined?
Of course, milady. Hosting the Duke's funeral is not only to honor him, but also to maintain the social ties of the de Flavin family. Those on the invitation list are people close to the family, or those who have business dealings with us.
And tell me, how do you explain that the victims of the serial murders are all on this guest list?
Is that so? Officer, I see two possible explanations. First, it could be pure coincidence. The list I compiled is broad, covering politicians, business elites, and prominent figures. If the killer is targeting people from this social stratum, the overlap would naturally be high. Second, someone may be deliberately trying to frame the de Flavin family, or perhaps Lady de Flavin herself. Why would we openly publish a guest list and then use it to target those who have business with the de Flavin family?
Sir, I can see where he's coming from. First, there's no motive. Second, the method makes no sense. Who'd be stupid enough to smear themselves on purpose? Mr. Butler, may I ask, has the de Flavin family made any enemies recently?
Officer, the de Flavin family has always shown goodwill toward others. We've never given anyone reason to take offense. However...
However what?
There could be someone who holds grievances against Lady de Flavin.
Who?
You mean Peter Jonas?
My sincerest apologies, Lady de Flavin.
So, it seems the only possibility left is the first one? A coincidence.
It's not time to draw conclusions yet. It's late. We should be going. Mr. Flavin, if any new information relevant to the case comes up, please contact me immediately. That won't be necessary. Oh. I'm fine.
Sir? You're sweating a lot. Your shirt's completely soaked in the back.
You've met my wife, right?
Yes? Why? She's very approachable, and she loves talking to me about the tomatoes she grows.
Then tell me, does this Miss de Flavin strike you as someone from the same place as my wife? Christina de Flavin. Who are you really?
Boss, they've left the manor. And yours, boss. Truly masterful.
That officer was scared out of his wits, boss.
The police wouldn't have brought up the guest list on their own. Someone must have tipped them off.
Who could that be? I wonder.
Looks like the Dockleys are pulling legal strings to come after us.
A tooth for a tooth. Splendid.
Why do I feel like we're the bad guys here?
Boss, you've got us now.
Yeah, I may be new to the Cecilia family, but your fight's my fight, boss.
Mine too.
It's getting late. Let's all get some rest. Busy day ahead. Boss, the bath is ready. The water's just right. I'll stand guard outside. Call for me if you need anything.
Don't move. Answer my question. Are you with them? Don't play dumb. The ones on the funeral guest list. You helped me escape? The one who brought me the fork and the list. You sent him? What do you want? Why help me? You gave me their names, handed the list to me, then borrowed my blade to do your killing. I won't deny it. For revenge, I would sell my body, sell my soul. Yes. I spent 3 years in the Shadowborn prison. I learned some things from cellmates, but not much. Beyond the list, are there more? How are you so confident? What would you have me do? I can't fully trust you yet. If you can do that, the chef shall be your blade. I used to be the head chef of the Santoro family restaurant. My family and I ran it together. Our restaurant was fairly well known locally, even featured in magazines. On weekends, people would line up just to get a table. A simple character, a simple family, an ordinary life. That's how my early years went by. That was until he walked through our door. Peter Jonas, the late Duke de Flavin's nephew, once the heir to the de Flavin line. He and his circle of so-called socialites took an interest in my brother and sister and dragged them off to one of their private parties. And by the time my parents and I found them, they were abused beyond recognition. And like any decent citizens, my parents went to the police. We put Peter on trial. You know what happened next? The judge handed him a 1-year sentence, suspended. He walked free that very day. We stood there in the courtroom like a joke. I tried to wield the law as a weapon. Instead, it failed me. It turned into the blade that cut me. I thought that was the end of the tragedy. But he wasn't done. One day, I came home, opened the door, and found my parents and siblings lying in a pool of blood. Something in me snapped. I grabbed a kitchen knife. I wanted to tear Peter apart. Then the police burst in and accused me of killing my own family. Me? Kill my family? I don't remember what happened after that. When I woke up, I was already in prison. In the fog of memory, there was something like a gate. My hands have long been stained. I've killed people. I've killed many. All right. But you said the Doclia family has infiltrated Melania's justice system. Beyond assassination, I don't see another way. A lawyer? I don't get it. At this point, what good is a lawyer?
I said not to go that far back then. See what happens now? He's escaped. 4 people are already dead by his hand. Next could be me. Or you. Or you.
3 quiet years and now he breaks out? His revenge is precise. Only the people involved in that case. And all of them just happened to be on the de Flavin funeral guest list? If this wasn't Christina de Flavin's doing, I'd have a hard time believing it.
Isn't that legendary cop supposed to be on that woman's tail? Why hasn't anything come of it?
No clue. He's acting odd. After meeting Christina, he's been avoiding our men.
The Duke's funeral is tomorrow. It's still not too late to bow out. I didn't do anything so terrible back then. I only sentenced according to the evidence presented in court. You maimed his siblings. Samuel ordered the death of his family. None of these were on me.
So you're saying I deserve to get stabbed by the chef, huh? If anything happens to me, I'll make sure you go down with me, you old bastard!
Peter, watch your mouth. You're not the Duke yet. Don't swagger here. You couldn't even handle a mere country girl. You've wasted all the years Boss spent building this for you.
You!
Enough. Cut the bickering. You squabbling among yourselves only makes our enemies smile.
Boss.
Peter, is the late Duke's body hidden safely? No one sent by Christina has touched it, right?
Yes, it's well hidden. She will never find it.
Good. Make sure it's brought back to the de Flavin Manor quietly before the funeral tomorrow. No mistakes. It's a crucial prop for the performance.
Yes, boss.
Samuel, is your pawn ready? He's our opening guest for the funeral.
He's ready. Now we just wait for the show to start. Christina will never be Duchess.
He won't cause any trouble, will he? I seem to recall you two had some history. When he first came to us, he was like a dog with a broken spine, still trying to snarl. Stanley, have Peter's succession papers prepared in advance. We wasted too much time before.
Yes.
The bomb for Christina is already placed in the Duke's coffin. We lost a few during the diversion, but I've received confirmation those 2 lackeys did their job.
But boss, many of Doclia's collaborators will be at the funeral. If we detonate it outright, won't that damage our networks?
Anyone who'd show up to that woman's ceremony isn't a true Doclia ally anyway. Dismissed. Get some rest. Tomorrow's funeral must go off without a hitch.
Yes, boss.
Christina, I don't care who you are. Dare to provoke me, and your end will be worse than death.
Uncle! Oh, how could you leave your dear nephew Peter behind? Please. It's the illness that stole you from me. Why must fate be so cruel? Oh. No matter who you choose as your heir, it won't change my devotion to you. Come back to us. Please, please. I could serve you for 50 more years. 100! Oh! Oh!
Wow, this guy's really going all out. Best Actor award goes straight to him.
Pathetic show-off.
Mr. Dakhlia, you're here.
Greetings, Mr. Dakhlia.
Mr. Dakhlia, you look well today.
Mr. Dakhlia. You.
Of course not. I was simply struck speechless by your beauty. Such stunning copper red hair. I haven't seen anything like it in the capital for years.
Good afternoon, friends of the late Duke of Flavin. Today, we gather here to honor and remember him. In life, he was generous and respected by all. None of us could have imagined his untimely passing. His loss is a sorrow we all share.
Who is that? Another guest performer?
Russell Falcone, the capital's legendary star lawyer, never once defeated in court. You don't recognize him? Haven't you noticed his signature red gloves? Even in court, he never takes them off. Everyone who knows him calls him Red Gloves.
Oh, so he... Huh? Where'd he go? He's gone?
Friends who know me know this. I am a lawyer who has dedicated my life to pursuing fairness and justice. I am here at the late Duke's funeral not only to honor him, but to expose the injustices done to him. The Duke did not die of natural causes. He was poisoned. And the one who killed him was no stranger. It was his personal butler, Lando Fazzini.
You filthy bastard! My uncle treated you so well, and yet you poisoned him! Why would you do that? Oh, I get it now. I understand it all. You chose her. You chose Christina de Flavin. To help her inherit the dukedom, you not only poisoned Duke de Flavin, but also manipulated his final words. Otherwise, it makes no sense. How could my uncle suddenly choose a distant niece from the countryside to inherit the title? Mr. Falcone, if what you say is true, that my beloved uncle was poisoned by his own butler, then you must see that justice is done.
Mr. Falcone, do you have evidence?
I am a lawyer. Of course, my words are backed by evidence. The evidence is right here, right in the Duke's coffin.